Hi.
Good job. Recording in progress.
Yes.
These are the things. Bridget, Rebecca, amazing.
Oh,
We
come
got
on in,
Sophie.
everybody. Awesome. Dropping in. Let beautiful Erica know where you're coming from. It's always good.
Yay. Okay, if you can. I feel like Celine is in the Melbourne vibes with all black. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
good. Very good. Hi, Rachel.
Newcastle. Okay,
How good.
let's have a look.
And if your friends aren't here, send them a quick message to get the
Yes.
booties in here.
Let's get them in. I'm just turning off the waiting room. So there we go. They should be all just be able to pop straight in. And howdy, howdy, howdy. Awesome. Cool. So I'll just pop into requests. We are on live. Fire emoji because it's gonna be on fire today. We are.
Hello, Shauna. Hello. We've got, from New Zealand. Okay, Sophie. We got Leanne. We got Michelle. Yes, pop your cameras on if you're joining us. How exciting. Let's see. Who else is here? December, friends. Welcome to the end of year. My goodness, this came quick.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? I know I keep saying it, but it just does feel like this year has just disappeared like that. It really does. It really does. Okay, awesome. Okay, we're getting them in here. Thank you for being on here live. Awesome. Cool. Yep. And ping any of your friends, your neighbors, your teamies, your uplines, your downlines, any of them. Tell them get on here, be in the house with us.
Yeah, thank you guys for being here because nothing like being live, right? And as we're waiting for everyone to kind of drop in, I would love for you to just in the chat, just pop into the chat. Since we last met, and if this is your first call, hopefully you've watched some of it, but since we've last met, how has your experience been? Like if you were gonna, if the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks has been a school, what lesson have you been learning? What do you feel like you've been learning? What's been coming back to hit you? What's been over and over supporting you or happening for you that you're like, oh, wow, this keeps coming back in? What is the school of life teaching you right now? What do you feel like has been the biggest lesson for you? Jade, welcome.
I love that question. I love that question. What are your thoughts, guys? Oh, what has been your biggest one? I love this one. Channeling my inner Erika. Confidence has been the game changer. Well done, Shanna. I love it. Channeling you, Erika. I love
That's
it.
scary to have another me. My husband would just run away. That's what would happen.
Oh, no. I love it.
Like it,
Shanna, it's
Shona.
cool.
Sophie, since our last call, consistency and confidence has been a big shift. Yes, Sophie. We had a really good call last time and we had some honest and open shares. And so I think the more that we can talk about this and more than talk about it, but get into action and then brainstorm and workshop live interactions. So today we're going to ask you to pull up your live chats and your messages and what's been going on in the back end so that we can workshop some real things. I don't know. Is my sound low? I don't know. I think you have it all the way up. I'll make sure to talk into the pink microphone just in case. All right, we got Rebecca feeling more confident to just show up. Used to hate talking to camera. Now I feel so much better about it. Amazing. I'd love to hear about why. That's so good. That's really good, Rebecca. Is there anything specifically that maybe has shifted, or is it just you're thinking about the client? You want to unmute?
Yeah, just thinking about obviously building that trust, and just wanting to just keep showing up for people and just being there just so they hopefully trust me and then will be more interested to learn more and just, I guess, like learn from me. So I think it's just, yeah, showing them that I'm just like a real person, just like wanting to do all this and wanting to genuinely help people, that I'm more a happy, confident person that I didn't used to be. So it's kind of like showing up as someone who I never was. Like a lot of people know me, like, no, I'm super shy and like would never put myself out there on the internet. So I think the fact I'm doing it more and more, I'm hoping people have seen that shift in me, and then maybe I can then lead that back to the products as well and say how that's changed me. So I think it's just, yeah, showing up as the person who I want to be, showing them that, you can be if you take care of your health and things like that. So yeah.
I really love that. I think we said that last time, Rebecca, like being a product of the product.
Yeah.
And if any of you guys follow any influencers, whether you like them or not on social media, all they do is they get you to fall in love with them as the person. And then anything they end up doing as the person, you're like, give it to me. Like I was trying this Korean skincare makeup. It's like white makeup on your face. So silly. I'll show you guys. It's like white, like it's white. And I did a video and they're like, what the hell is that thing? And then I'm like, you just blend it into your face. And you won't believe how many people bought it. The brand sent me all this free makeup that I didn't ask for because I like to pay for things. But I was like, oh my God, why? Because I spoke about it. Not because they like me for my skincare. They love me as Erika. So they're like, your nails, your hats, your skincare, you're taking the gummies, you do. They want to know. So when you build a brand, Rebecca, I love that. They care about Rebecca, the person. Yes, they care about you and what you have for drinks and the fact that Celine's a gorgeous grandma and her grandson is a little chubba. Gorgeous. Is it Harry? He's so cute.
Little Harry was the one I sent over to you. Yeah.
Little Harry. He's big Harry. He's
Yeah, he is big Harry, actually.
Oh my God. But you know, like you fall in love with Selena, now you care everything. Like, tell me about Tasmania. Tell me about your husband. Tell me about Harry. I want to know everything. And then if she just happens to go, by the way, also, I sell this. And oh my God, tell me about that. Because they trust you as the brand, as the person. You guys are trying so hard to sell the product, follow up in the DMs. You are the brand. You take it, you eat it, you drink it, you do it. I want to know all about you. If you let me into you, I will buy everything you say. I'm in it. I'm with you. So Rebecca, thank you for sharing that because that is the key to starting people trusting you and building community that you can then monetize with integrity and authenticity. You can sell your booty off. That's all I do on social media, but it's not gross. It doesn't feel yucky. It doesn't feel pushy or anything. So thank you for sharing that because that's so important. All right, we're going to keep checking in. If you haven't dropped into the chat, we've asked you that if your life and business in the last 4 weeks was a school, if you were in school, what is the lesson that you are currently learning? What is it teaching you? Or what is this series teaching you in this season of your life? Just drop it into the chat. Okay, so thank you, Rebecca. Jade says, no longer doing videos to upload later, just getting it done and sharing more easily from the heart. Yeah, Jade, I like it. That deserves a little party emoji because it's December. Shauna, thank you, Jesse. I see a little shimmy. How are you, gorgeous? Shauna says the first date, second date also had helped me out a lot. Yeah, the analogy, particularly because I'm so passionate about our business, products, and peeps. Yes, Shauna, I love that. Good. Patience, says Jesse. Trusting the timing of my life, 100%. Okay, cool. So are we good to start, Celine? Do you?
Yes, yeah, go for it. Yeah, absolutely. They're in the room. Let's get going.
Amazing. Keep it coming. And if you're just joining us, put your camera on so we can see your beautiful face and your baby's faces. They're all welcomed here. I love this time. I'm so grateful that you've made time to be here with us. So, all right, I'm going to share my screen. DJ Erika over here. I think I can. Yes. There I am. Okay. I always get worried about the tech, Celine. It always happens, but we're okay.
It's a working.
It's weird to see both of my faces. Anyway, this is me and me. So today we're going to talk about converting with confidence. We're talking about objections, about your belief, and about closing people, because we can continuously talk about the motivation, inspiration, high level, zoomed out generalization of how we need to sell the products and the product of the product and all the things. But if we don't actually go, all right, where are you getting stuck? What are people saying to you? What are they not saying to you? What's actually happening on the ground in your messages, in your DMs, in your emails? What's going on in the conversations? Let's objection handle. Cool. Are we excited about this? Yay. Objection handling is so fun. I think Michelle's loving it. Okay. So I want you to take a photo of this because it is such an amazing quote for what we're going to do today. It says, an objection is not a rejection. It is simply a request for more information. That's it. Imagine a rejection being, I think I need more details. I need to know more. I need more information. It's not a no. And you've all heard this before. Like a no is just another way for you to get a yes. And we don't have to push, but I don't want you to be scared of someone being like, nah, not right now, or not replying or not responding. They may need some more information. What does this quote say to you when you hear this? Who is this landing with? Let me know in the chat or unmute yourself if you like. How does this feel for you? An objection is not a rejection. Who has seen this for themselves? Let me go to the screen. You can just unmute. We're all friends here. Come on. This is our third time hanging. Feel free to unmute yourself. 1, 2, 3, go. Or I'm going to choose you. And
think
that's
when you realize that an objection is not a rejection, there's so much freedom in it. And I think it completely disarms the person that you're talking to when you're kind of unfluffed by it. You're just like, yeah, no, like it immediately just kind of pulls their guard down, and then you get to move into a more kind of connected space. So
nice.
yeah, I feel like that's a really cool benefit of not taking it personally.
I like that. So not taking it personally, Michelle. I love this. Tell me who wants to share about the second part? Simply a request for more information. Who has seen that in their own business, in their own experience, where maybe you didn't give enough info, maybe the person didn't know? Who wants to share on that? And I love you, but we're here physically live. So let's unmute. Let's get into this, because you just sitting there listening is not going to do anything for you. So like, you're here, your butt is in the chair. Let's be present. Unmute and just be like, all right, this is what I think. No wrong answers. We're here building confidence. So what does the second part say to you? It's simply a request for more information. Who has seen that?
Yep. I think that I've had that question a couple of times, and I think for me, the way I've explained it, like you said, it hasn't been quite enough, or I didn't really answer the question. So just
Nice.
getting more clear around that. And it also is helping me that I'm building my own faith in the products. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So you're seeing co-host. Sorry, I'm just messaging you, Celine. I was trying to do everything at once. You're seeing, Sophie, that there's been times in the past where maybe you haven't given all the information you could have given or answered a question clearly. Yeah. So is it a possibility, my friends, that when someone says no, is it a possibility that maybe they need more details? Can you think in your head now, some people that you're speaking to on a scale of 1 to 10, how much detail have you given them about the product, about the value, about the benefit, about the outcome? Not the fact that it's green tea derived from 14 botanical, whatever, because people don't care about that, right? But the outcome. But think about that in your head right now. Like, where have we been doing this and not doing this? And as we keep going, I'm gonna take you off for a second. I want to ask you, in this entire selling sprint, which I just heard there's some really fun incentive, and I kind of want to go. I'm like, oh my goodness, Dream Island, this is very exciting. Celine, some cool stuff happening for December, you guys. So out of curiosity, would you say that you have currently in this phase of the year been playing in the passenger side? Have you been in the boot? Have you been in the back seat of the business? Have you been in the muffler dragging ass? Have you been in the front driver's seat? Just check in with yourself. Am I in the driver's seat? Am I like, let's go in the driver's seat during the selling sprint? Have I moved to the passenger side, or am I in the Uber at the back? Or maybe in the boot or the muffler? Where would you say you are right now? Tow bar, dragging the trailer. Sophie, come on. We got to get you driving in the boot, Jesse. Okay, cool. Great. Thank you for the honesty, right? You don't always be like, I'm always driving. But let me know if you haven't already said, like, where are you? Do you feel like you've been in this challenge? Because that's a real honest point of what you will need to do from today. Just check in with yourself. Keep it real. How have I been playing? Have I been in the driver's seat 10 out of 10? Or have I got excited after the call and then went back into the boot? Been dragging. Michelle Passenger. I've moved around a bit, but I'm back in the driver's seat. Thank you, Jade. Rebecca Passenger, moving passenger to boot. Cool. Boot for sure. Driver's seat 50-50. Okay, cool. So good to check in. And not with me or Celine or your upline. Check in with yourself. The best thing to do here is get real with you. Because when the day comes where you're like, how did I go? How did I play when I get paid, when the new year starts? You know, any of these moments where you have an opportunity to check in, to weigh in, let's call it. You get on the scale. That's the real number. You can't lie to that. Like, we can't AI that. If I jump on the scale, it's going to tell me I've gained some weight. And it's like, cool. And this is a metaphor. Who gives a shit about how much you weigh? But cool, I've gained some weight. That's the truth. I could tell you all day that I've been eating clean and counting my calories and not having cake at night or drinking beer. But the reality, my friend, is I'm looking at the scale and I gained weight. So right now, for you to yourself, Have I been going ham? Have I been playing hard in the selling sprint? Because this is the golden time. You have so much ability in this time, but I feel like if we're not careful, we don't check in with where we're playing, and then we allow excuses to come in, and then we get to not get the result we want. But someone next to you on the Zoom screen is going to get the result. How did they do it and you couldn't? That's what we need to be finding out. We need to get detective on that, right? Thank you, Jesse. I'm over my own excuses. Yes. So let's just in our own head, metaphorically, I would like for you to climb out of the boot, climb your way out of the back seat, and just join me in the front. We're driving a vroom, vroom, whatever your favorite car is. We'll put our seatbelts on. We're about to get in the front seat, the driver's seat of our lives. Because if we want to lead our teams, if we want to lead our clients, lead others, we need to be in the driver's seat. You can't lead anybody in the boot. You can't even see in the boot. If you're claustrophobic, that's the worst place to be, right? And dragging your bum in the muffler is not going to be fun. Great to know we can always move back. Always. The seat is always available. And the car is not going to move if you're not driving. That's the worst part. I have control issues. Anybody else here? If I could drive the airplane, I would. Anybody else give me a little wave? Don't leave me alone, right? I'm like, how do I learn to drive a plane? I can't. But if I could, Michelle, I would drive the plane, And so I do things in my life like I drive a lot. And when I'm in an Uber, I get a good Uber because the ones that aren't that good be braking crazy and then my little neck gets messed up. So there's certain things I do. Can you imagine someone else driving you? Imagine where they're going to take you, a place you don't want to go. And then you complaining in the back seat driving Miss Daisy. I'm like, just take your seatbelt off, kick the person out, and you get in the driver's seat. So today you're going to get into the driver's seat. That's what I want for us. Yes? Give me some emojis if you're feeling me. Jade is moving. Jesse's out of the boot. We're doing it. Okay. And I know it can be real hype, but if we don't make a decision, it doesn't happen. Okay. And a decision happens quickly. So let's recap. Let me move my head and I'm going to go over here watching you all write your notes. No. Okay. I want you to recap. So what I would love is for you to take a moment to jot this down. If you have a pen and paper from the last session, what actions did you take? Tell yourself, don't worry about putting it in the chat. Be honest with you. What did I do from the last session? I got motivated. I did one story. I got excited about planning. I did nothing. I did all this great stuff, whatever. I outreached to 10 people. What did you do from the last session? What were the actions that you took? And then what do you feel like worked really well? This worked really well for me. I felt like I had some accountability, blah, blah, blah. What didn't work really well? And then if you did generate sales or anything, how? What worked? What did you do? So I just want you to take a moment to really write this down, because if we don't capture this, then it's just another thing. We don't know how we got here. And we need to celebrate. If you got some sales, Shauna, hello, amazing. What worked? What was really good? My team and I this morning just did a whole recap on our socials. What post bombed? What did well? What were the call to actions on social media this week that got people joining and, whatever. Okay, cool. We just had our biggest month in November. And what worked? If we're not careful, we don't pay attention, Shauna and everyone else, to what worked really well. And then we don't repeat it. And then we're trying to find new strategies. And I'm like, my love, they worked 2 months ago. You were making so many, you were close to partner. And then what happened? What were you doing that you stopped doing? So what worked, what didn't? And then lastly, in regards to the goal you set at the beginning of this selling sprint with me, with your upline, with Celine, with the team, how close are you to your goal? And if you're not that close, that's okay. If you're really close, fantastic. We're on the scale today. We're just getting on the scale. If we don't be honest with where we want to go, we're going to be a pipe dream and we're going to be lying to ourselves, and motivation hype. And we don't want to do that. Motivation dies down. We want true movement. So just take a moment and write this down. I would put music for you, but I'm scared of the tech, so I'm not going to do it. So just pretend some bossa nova Christmas jazz music is playing, some Olivia Dean. And I'm going to read, got out of my own way, stop blocking myself, Shauna. Amazing. Generated some sales. So even when, Shauna, if you're finished writing, I would love like specific. What did you do? Because that can be real, like, I got out of my own way. Cool. So how did you do that? Well, I decided to send an email and I wrote 2 messages and I followed up 3 women and then I sent them a video. You know what I mean? Like, what were the steps, strategic, specific? We all have to be careful with high level things. Like, I want to be more confident in 2026. That's cute. What does that look like? How do you know you were more confident? What is the specificity that's required? Because to get more sales, you would have done something. And I would love to know. And I think everyone else too. Jesse Lee, my mom got rookie of the month. Ooh, so I haven't really been in the boot, but imagine if I was driving. Girl, imagine. That's huge. Congratulations. I've been more active in my messenger. Okay, cool. So following people up. Carolyn says, I have some clarity in my PT biz around my menopause program, which includes JP. Great. Awesome. So I hope that you're taking this moment because this is for you. This is not helping me or Celine. This is helping you. What did I do from the last session? What worked really well? What am I still struggling with? What is not working for me? If we don't have the data, we won't be able to take different actions. You'll just continue to do the same thing, thinking that it's a change. I hear some music. Is that Celine? All right. I'm like oh yeah. There we go. Welcome to Puerto Rico. Thank you. This is tag team. We should go on the road. This is
We
great.
should, darling. We should. That would be fun.
Yeah. That'll be intense. We're doing it. Okay. Having teamwork together, supporting each other and creating good energy. Nice. Having teamwork together. Again, how, Bridget? Like, what are you guys doing? You know, like if we were to say, what have we done at the end of this year? We've jumped on Zoom. We've asked hard questions. We've written scripts. We've got you to do the fan base formula. Like these are all specific things that I could tell Rebecca, I could tell Cheryl, and they could do it. But if I say to Jade, you know, we just got pumped up at the end of the year. Okay, well, how did you get pumped up? Give me some more details. So like as much detail as you can put there, you can repeat this. And many of you are growing a team or want to grow a team. Really good to be specific. Jesse, just being you has helped me stop worrying about what others think of us. All great. It's none of our business. Loud and proud and the best products in the world. Heck yes. Heck yes. That is it. And you got a great team here as well. All right. So we're going to go to some faces now. So I've given you some time on this. We've listened to some music. Who would like to put their hand up? You can just push the little reaction and raise your hand or give me an emoji and share with us. What like recap real quick. Where have you gone? What worked? What didn't work? If you hopefully answered the things. And notice yourself saying that you want to grow your business and not putting your hand up. Notice the same people sharing. It's fine, but is it fine for you? Because that's you being muffler energy. That's muffler energy. So we need like driver's seat energy right now. So if you haven't shared, we don't mind kids in the background or noises, doesn't matter. Let me know who wants to share from last session. I don't know how to put my hand up. Bridget, great. Where's Bridget at?
There she is.
Bridget, let's put you on up here. Yay. Hi, Bridget.
Hey, sorry. Oh, there. Now I can see the raise hand thing.
I know all the
Don't know what I was doing.
All right. So tell us, how did you go? Oh, like, I'll go back to the little slide because that'll be helpful. So how did you go? What did you take? What worked? What didn't? All of that jazz.
So last month I had smaller groups for my team chats, and so then inside that group they were all kind of vibing off each other, and I encouraged them to share any wins, little wins, progress and things that they had. So that really helped create a vibe, and they all were cheering each other on, and that built really cool momentum inside their little teams. So that is what really worked. I wrote what didn't work. There wasn't no way to do that.
Yeah. What didn't work?
What didn't work is that I didn't make enough time to map out my own progress. So I work really well if I can get really, really clear on exactly where I'm going and with bullet points of what I need. I'm a real visual person, and I didn't do that last month. And so I've put that down to make sure that I have that done.
Amazing. Cool. Good to see that. And then do you feel like you're closer to your goal? How do you feel with your goal that you set at the beginning of this?
Yes, definitely. I felt like I've had a few slow months and almost my business started going backwards, but last month it made a turn again, and we're getting closer. So it was definitely a good month.
Great. So last month was a good month. So it's important for you to know, I think, what you want, like your amount that you desire to create. Like what's a good month? Is it, I'm just making up numbers. Is 10K a good month? Is 5K a good month? Is 800 a good month? All of you, my loves, need to understand to you, what is a good month? Is it for new people on your team? You know, is it I raised up a level? You know, whatever it is, start thinking about that right now. When you think about what is a good month for me.
Yeah, for me, it's definitely income focused at the moment.
So what would
So
it be? What would it be for you if we were to say great month?
So a good month for where my business is right now is 4K a month, but
Yep.
I want to have that doubled by July.
Awesome.
So
I love that you didn't say tomorrow, because I'm like, great, that's really smart. It's like, I want it doubled by July. Now, probably could it be sooner? 100%. But now already, if I sat with you, Bridget, we could look at, all right, so if that's where we're at now, 4K, then by July, we want double 8. So then next month we need to be at 5 to 6, you know, like how do we, then we could start really being truthful about what needs to move it. Is it going to be products? Is it going to be team? Is it going to be a combination of X, Y, Z? Do we have any bundles or any promos or any things that we could do to move these people that are right on the edge, that are pretty warm? Can we make this cart bigger? Can we, you know, all this kind of stuff? Because now she's got a desired weight. She's got her weight on the scale. Now we need to know the calories and the this. So it sounds silly, but it's like reverse engineering where you want to go, Bridget. Like now it's so easy because you have the amount. And what you just said was so helpful. Yeah, this is the clarity that creates power, intentional action. 100%. You just made a map, and she just said the word map. I want you all to imagine, I'm like, hey, you're invited to my house. I'm going to throw a Christmas party. And like Jesse would be like, I'm going. And then we're like, wait, where does Erika live? Wait, what's the house number? What's the address? And I'm like, see you guys there. It's like, wait, how the hell do we get to her house? Like, you can't find my house. Hopefully you can't find my address on the internet. It's like, there's no map. But if I'm like, it's this address at this time on this day, this is how you get there. Now you're like, let's go. I'm ready. So I love that you already, from our little chat, are creating this roadmap. Is your team a big part of that 8K goal?
A huge part. Yep. And so, and my biggest thing is I need to be bringing on more team. So I know that I know to move to get to the 8K goal, my team needs to expand a lot.
Yeah. And I also loved, thank you so much, Bridget. I just want to say a huge thank you. You're amazing. And thank you for that, because I feel like you taught so many people something. So I'm going to remove you for a second and just quickly go to here. I would love to know, listening to Bridget, what did you learn? Number one, just what's one thing that stood out for you that she has been able to do with her business? Just one thing, if you can drop it in the chat. Again, we don't want to be passively listening, because it doesn't do anything, my friend. You're going to take in 7% of what we say. If you're listening, if you're writing, and if you're sharing, you're going to take 85% of this call. 85% versus 7. It's a big thing, and it'll make an impact. Jesse says, noticing that we aren't making the time. Yep, I'm also there. Be clear about her goals for the month. Yes, I got that. Very clear about the amount of money. Structure is important. Self-aware, you know what you're working on. Really clear on her goal. Yes. You said something, Bridget, and I just want to spotlight it. Yeah, roadmap. I did a thing with my team. I activated my team. I engaged my team. You guys, that's like brushing your teeth. If you have a team, you have to put in your schedule. This is a whole other podcast, but maybe with Celine, we can talk about this. But like in the future, it is hygiene. If your team is only motivated when you get motivated to motivate them, that's not a strategy. And you're like, but how do I become a good leader? Oh gosh, yeah, there's a lot of balls in the air when you're running this, right? You have to now learn how to excite and motivate people and push them and get them excited. So you have to be motivated. You have to be reading amazing books. You need to be sending them podcasts because you listen to them. You need to be like, hey guys, you got to check this out, because they're going to come from you. And then they're not your kids, but it's like that. If what do they say? The fish rots from the top, the head. So if the head is really happy and let's go and energized, you know, I'm not going to build a team, but I probably could build a kick-ass team of like motivated, magnetic, highly engaged women, because I'm naturally a defibrillator, you know, and I'm going to activate and amplify people, because that I'm amplified. I'm hype all the time. It's a problem. And so my team's not going to be like, I don't know what I'm doing. That's my responsibility. So if your team is off, you got to flick your on switch and electrocute them with your energy. And if you don't have any, illuminate yourself. Let's go. Pump it up. Get yourself sorted. Do what you have to do to get them. And so some of the things that Bridget said that I love is like, she created engagement. If anybody's ever opened a Facebook group or had a community that was free, and they're like, oh, the community's dead. I have a dead community. The community's not dead. It's because I haven't activated them. And many of us here on social media haven't activated. So we need to be posting regularly. So maybe once a week. Hey guys, how was your week? Tell me what your goals are for the week. hey, I found this podcast, Motivational Mondays. Here's the thing. Maybe there's a cadence, and it sounds really like boring, but at least you know every Monday, Friday, and Wednesday, whatever. That was a weird order I just said that in, but anyway, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you're gonna be like drop, 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 and you can schedule this in Facebook if there's a Facebook group. You can pre-automate things, but you have to be defibrillating your team because they're gonna be as good as you are. And so if we can automate some of this stuff, if we can get them going and spicing it up with them, then they're going to do really well, which means you're going to do really well because some of the income is them. So we want to make sure they're flying. I love this. Bridget, amazing. So good. So I want to just quickly say it's a structure and map that helps you stay on track 100%. I'm getting them all on Nova calls to plan forward. Great. If you pour into them, that's a whole thing. Like that's a whole section that is very important. And if you're not sure how to lead, read some books, watch a YouTube, get yourself pumped up, because if you're not naturally excited, they're not going to be excited. It's going to come from us. So Bridget, congrats. That's huge. I love that. All right. So we're going to move. If you've dropped in the chat, thank you, because I want to make sure that we get on to what we're talking about today. So today we're talking about objections and objections, rejections, whatever we want to make it mean. And I want to just say as a psychotherapist, this has a lot to do with what we make it mean about ourselves. This has a lot to do with our wounding. This has a lot to do with our childhood. This has a lot to do with how we were raised, with our caregivers, bullying, rejection, abandonment issues, all of that. All of that comes up in your business. All of that comes up in sales. All of that comes up in objections. So if you're noticing these things coming up, I would love for us to workshop them, because that's really what this call is about today, is about objection handling. What are people saying to you? What's coming up? We've talked quite a lot in this series about getting ghosted, not feeling pushy, people not having the time or the money. And if you remember in our last session, one of the things we talked about was that you need to get more details from them. Do you guys remember that? That I was like, what ammunition do you have? What data do you have from them in order for them to feel like they got it? So I just want you to pop into the chat if you have got rejections or objections in this time frame. What are you seeing? What are you getting? What are people saying to you? And just drop it into the chat. What are the things that are happening for you that when it's not working out? Shauna says too expensive. Yep. Pyramid scheme. Okay, so like a fear of what this is. Yeah? That person sounds like a jerk. Just kidding. Like, oh, we got to re-educate you about how we're so lovely and amazing. Too expensive this time of the year. Realize I need to ask more questions. Yes. Fence sitters, not quite ready. And do you know why they're not quite ready? Have they told you any more? Oh, he is. Yes. Husband doesn't agree to spend money on it. Oh, yeah, that makes me angry. Doesn't light up their sacral. Oh, okay. It's not the right time, or they are just putting it off to get started. This is team. Yep. But would be amazing. I need him on the mic with Celine. Yep. Price. They worry about liking the products. Tell me more about that, Jade. Want to start in the new year. Okay. Okay. So yeah, tell me more about that, Jade. I think that would be really good to know. Value is not seen in the investment into health. Okay, cool. So what I want to ask you guys is, if we were to take responsibility for their rejections, not that they are, but let's pretend, Melissa, that your person's rejections, objections, Tammy, they were your responsibility. They were your responsibility. What they're saying is your responsibility. If you had to respond, if you could respond with an ability to respond to them, what do you think would need to happen in order for that person to feel more ready, to feel more aware, to feel more educated? What do you think would need to happen? If we were like, it's our responsibility. Value is not seen in the investment into health. So Sophie, if that was your responsibility to help them see the value in their health, what would you do? Now, my question to you is, be crazy and weird. Think about a strange thing. Like, if you could just make up anything, like, how would I get them to see this? Like, let's be ridiculous, right? If it was a perfect world, magical wand, what would you do in order to get them to see the value for health? How could you do that? Just think about a weird idea. Bridget says they need to feel heard. Yep. Jade says, particularly the Shake Cocoa Chews, they don't want to spend the money on things they are unsure they will actually like, use, and enjoy. Is there a taster? Is there a smaller way to get it without a, yes, Jade says yes. Okay, good. So there is a, because we all go to Mecca. We're like, what if I don't like that foundation, Mecca? And Mecca's like, well, here's a little sample pot, a little plastic pot to take with you, Erika. And then you're like loving it, right? Or you hate it, but usually you love it. Emotional connection. So for some, yes, they need to feel heard. So let me know who wants to share for them. What do you feel? And I would love if we can, Sophie. I feel like we pulled you out the boot. Sophie's out the boot. She's out of the muffler. Can we ask you what? Sorry, I'm sick for the last 2 days. What would need to happen for them to see the value? And you just got to unmute when you can.
You spoke about something crazy, like if we could, I don't know if it's given a guarantee necessarily, but I know we don't make claims with our products, but people want to hear that. Like I'm hearing that myself in some of the responses. They just want like immediate result or relief. But I know that this builds, so it's for the long term.
Yeah.
So just trying to explain that in a way, because I know I'm speaking to a lot of ladies that are, just really looking for some answers, but majority quick fixes. Yeah.
So can I ask you, how much do you value health? And do they see you value health? And do they think you value health?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
We're really working on that. That's helped my story and helped me share that on my social media.
Yep. So some of the stuff you're sharing, for example, to show them that you value health, what would it be?
Just my daily habits that I've been putting into work. Seeing my struggle, seeing that I'm human. That's been a big one for me.
Yeah.
But a lot of ladies that I'm, especially with my health, can relate. So it's good just to get a little bit of feedback.
So there's a few things that we want. We want the relatability, which is not about health. The relatability is like me, Sophie, like me as a, let's call you an influencer. Like Sophie, the person, this is what I struggle with. This is my story. There's that. Then there's Sophie being a product of the product. Sophie exercising. Sophie walking every morning. No fail. Sophie's there with her little juice thing. She's got her shaker. Hey, you guys, I didn't want to get up today, but I'm up. Are you up? Let's go. What you drinking? Let's go. I'm drinking this. Boom, boom, boom. There's this showing that I value health. Does that make sense, Sophie? So, and all of us, guess whose job it is? Do you think I value confidence? Do you think I value the color pink? Look at me. It's ridiculous, you guys. It's a joke. This whole thing is pink. Everything. My phone thing, I'm not allowed to wear blue. It's illegal. This is my makeup bag. It's pink. Everything's pink. Okay? It's a joke. Now, I could talk about it or I could show you by what I'm doing and living. All of you need to show people by what you're doing and living. So more showing that, Sophie. I need to see that even more. Maybe less struggle story, more here's me showing health. Here's me showing health. So there's more things we could do, and I'm going to come back to you. But thank you for sharing that. I want you guys to ask yourself that. Do I value investing in products? Do I value? I love you, my friend, but if you don't, and if you got scarcity money issues, they're literally going to be magnetically attracted to your lack and scarcity issues. And all you're going to see in the fish in the ocean are scarcity issues and people that are just like what you think internally. It is a mirror out there, friends. It's a mirror. Like we just see what we are. So if we can't lift ourselves up to go, you know what? These products are amazing. And you know what? Forget about your new kitchen renovation. My naturopath was like, I know you want a kitchen renovation, but you got a fatty liver, Erika. And at one time in my life, I had a fatty liver. What's more important, having a nice kitchen or a fatty liver? The fatty liver fixing is kind of important. So I'm going to need to get my health sorted. And I did whatever it took to get my health sorted. I spent whatever money to get my health sorted. I put it on credit. I don't care, because I was in a lot of what? What was I in? A lot of what? Starts with a P. Cheryl knows. Pain. Yes, Michelle. I was in a lot of pain. And so my naturopath had to help me find the pain. Like, Erika, cool. I get that your kitchen's going to cost you a lot of money. I get it. But do you really want to start another year with the same excuses? That I'm just saying, you said health is really important to you. And I want to support you. You know, like I think it's really important that we are the example, or else people can't see that. And we can talk about it all we want, but we need to actually be about it ourselves. And so I think it's a really important thing that we think about. Do I value it? Do I do that? Do I worry about it's not the right time? Yeah. Doesn't light up. There's sacral. I love that. It's so honey. Okay. Too expensive, or husband doesn't agree to spend. Melissa, can I talk to you a little bit? Is that okay? If that's okay, I don't know. Let me know. Yes. Okay, cool. Hi.
Hiya.
Hello. Okay, so do we get this a lot? You guys on the call, do we get like they have to ask their partner, or they're not like, does anybody get this? If you do, just drop into the chat so that we can make sure that this supports other people. So what happens when that gets said, I guess, to you? What happens?
So it just happened the other day, actually, and I'd stayed up late, done the cart with her, and she was ready to pay, like on the date when she got paid, coming up, and then the next morning she sent me a message saying, "Oh, husband disagreed that it was a good idea right now," and that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, and now thinking about it in hindsight, and anybody else who this has happened to, how can we use that information for next time? Like, what are some of the things we could do? Did you talk to her a few times? Divorce, Jesse. Is the rejection. Yeah, I like that, Caroline. Was there a time where you spoke to her, like an initial, I wouldn't say consultation, but was there an initial time you spoke to her?
Yeah, she's been kind of like watching for a while,
Yeah.
and we'd been chatting a bit about she had a goal of weight loss and
Yeah.
yeah, getting her health back. And yeah, I'd mentioned it to her like some months back, and then she just kind of fobbed it off and was like, no, I'm good, because she liked to post or a story or something around the detox. And then I mentioned, oh, is it something that you'd like to know more about for your weight loss goal, things like that. Then she quickly was like, nope, not interested. And then she sent me the message about, oh, can you tell me about that detox thing? And that's when, then I sent her the link and told her all about it and that kind of thing. So,
okay, can we stop there?
Yeah.
So she said, can you tell me about that detox thing? So good. So she's been watching, and then all of a sudden you got her. She cares about the detox. By the way, all of you, like Linda, if you're here, the detox thing will get people right now. If it was me, I'd be going ham on the detox thing, because it's the time of year for the detox thing. If that's not your thing, that's fine. But I love the detox. I love that so much. So she's asked you, can you tell me more about that? What did you do? You sent her the link.
Yeah, well, first I asked her again about her goals and what's, what made her want to know more now, in that kind of way. And then, yeah, there's a link which has like a video which tells you all about it, how it works, and like an info page. So that's a link we can send to people when they want to know more.
Yeah.
So I sent her the link, and she was like, great. And then the price comes next. I was like, she asked the price, and then I said, we have different bundles, different price options. And then I went through those with her, and then she was like, whoa, that's so cheap. Like, I can't believe I didn't ask you about it sooner. Like, this is cheaper than I thought it was. And then, yeah, so she was all good to go. And then, yeah, the next day the husband was like, obviously didn't think it was cheap. And I was like, yeah, I think the prices are quite reasonable for the quality of the products that we have and all that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
I think you might be frozen, Erica, or is it
cool. So if there's a possibility where you, am I frozen?
You were for a second. You're back now.
PTSD. Okay, so what I was trying to say was the first interaction. I'm like, do you have a husband? Do you have a partner? Do you have any kids? Yeah, like I want to find out everything initially. And then I'm like, how do they feel about you investing in my case, it's your business, growing your business. That's what I say. But in your case, like, how does your partner feel about you?
Investing in your health.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too.
That's what I'd say she's going to say. And that too. It's a really good, important point that she's actually making. I've heard this before, where it is about the stakeholders that could be involved. And it's just getting curious to be able to find out who that might be. Sorry, Erika, you froze a couple of times, darling. So I was just filling in the blanks.
Okay, how annoying. I don't know what happened, but I'm gonna hopefully pray that it does not happen again. But does that make sense with what it's not so much that they need to see the value, because they might not, but we do need to understand who's in their world, who is the decision maker. Because if you have a partnership, and that's important, that they need to ask their partner, you know, especially around the Christmas period, around the New Year period, they may have a tight budget, but she may have been struggling with this, Melissa, for years, you know? And it's like, oh, this is very important for me to fix this, my beautiful husband. And so I really want us to think about, I'm just going to go to the next slide here. Oops. These are the things I want you to think about. Let me know if you can still hear and see me, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yes, amazing. This could be a wound deeper and she needs a community, 100%. But we're not going to, like, hilariously, we're not going to get her to get a divorce. We need to check in with her about, does he want the same thing for her? Would he be happy that she could lose weight? Would he be happy that she could feel healthy? And would he be across that? Is that something that he would want as well? How do you think he would feel about this? And if the cart got too big, Melissa, I don't know if it did, but just start small. Let's start small. Let's get them into a quick win, a small win of let's do this. If it's, you know, vibe into people. So these are just a few things that I want you to think about. I really want you to think about this. Hopefully you can, I'm now nervous that you can still hear and see me.
No, we can hear you, Erika.
Okay,
can I just add a point in there?
Yes,
I
please.
think that it's, I think there's also just, and this whole thing has been about us building our confidence. And so there's some, I'm sure, that are already kind of sitting going, oh, I don't know if I want to ask any more questions kind of thing. It's like, okay, the husband said no, go, okay, all right, bye. Yeah, okay, get it. Whereas what this is about us growing in confidence that we can get curious. So if we think about last session, we talked about questions are the answers, and getting curious is a superpower. And that, so even when she comes back, if I'd be a little bit even around kind of going, oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. I know that this health journey was really, really important to you. Do you mind sharing with me, what was the main excuse or reason why he doesn't feel now is the right time? And that, because again, she thought it was not expensive. Okay. She thought it was cheap for what she was going to be getting an experience out of it. Maybe she wasn't empowered enough or didn't have enough information to actually be able to have that conversation with him. If there is, you know, and again, a lot of couples, it's a budgeting conversation, and that, especially and that. So get curious. So even if you are in a situation, whatever it might be, an objection comes up going, you know, I'm just really curious. Can you help me to understand, or is there any other information I could give you or whatever? So what Erika has been, as we've been building on all these sessions, is building the confidence to ask the next question. You'll know when there's no more questions to be asked. You'll get there. But sometimes it is just the next question that actually gets them to go, actually, this is really important to me. Losing weight or changing body or getting healthier or curing a fatty liver or whatever it might be, that actually, you know what, it is important to me. And so whatever it is, the investment is going to be worth it. And I'm going to be able to convince him that actually I'm worth investing in. So yeah, sorry to interrupt.
No, I love that.
I just wanted to share this. So this is like, if you get nothing else out of it, it's so gold to be building on your confidence, to have the confidence to ask the next curiosity question is what I was.
Is it okay, Celine, if we do like I would love to know, like, someone who live right now has someone on the edge, like what Melissa just had, Melissa's person, that you've got someone right now that's really interested and you're getting the rejection or the objection. I'd love to live support. Let's get a few examples, because even if you're watching this as a replay and this comes up for you, which it will in the future, you can use this. So who really has, like, who's like, I want to hit my goal, Erika, I'm there. I really want to hit my goal, but I'm getting stuck with this objection. I'm around the corner. I can see it. How can we support you with a live actionable thing? Because Selena's here, we're here, and this is.
Okay.
If we can do this, we can support you, and this will help someone else. Okay, I'm removing your spotlight. I don't know if that's going to help. Oh, great. Thank you. Connection is unstable. I don't know why. This is so weird.
Good old Melbourne.
Seriously, what is happening?
Happens to me when I'm in Tassie. But yeah. Now, internet has been crazy everywhere. I don't know about anybody else, but
Our
everywhere.
NBN was down. Okay, so I'm going to put you back on, Celine, just in case, so they don't see my frozen face. But let us know. I would love to know who has one. Is Rebecca, were you raising your hand? Yes, no? Don't be scared. We're all friends here, y'all. Come on.
We are all friends here. Or it could be somebody that has just been recently. It might not be somebody that you've got right in the mix right now. Or it could be somebody that, you know what, you're going, oh my gosh, I've so wanted to follow up with them or whatever, and you haven't been sure. But what are the objections that have been coming up? And I'm going to be, we're all friends here, as Erika says. So I'm going to be saying something to you right now. If you have no objections at the moment, and you've got no one that's hanging on the hook, then you're not doing enough asking. We're not doing enough inviting.
I have a potential one, maybe.
Oh, okay, go.
Well, just a situation. So someone had commented on the detox stuff, and I started a conversation with them, and they said they were like just like quitting smoking and then wanting to get their health back up and everything and things like that. So then they said they were interested in the detox. So I sent them the link. A few days later, I sent a follow-up, and I just got like a love react to my message. So I'm just kind of like ghosted me. Like after being interested, sending her the link. I didn't want to ask, have you watched the link? Like watch the information. I was trying to avoid saying that, but just saying like, I'm here to support you if you want to really like still go for your like health goals, and like here to support you, and kind of just that. So I think she love reacted to that, but I just don't know if like to follow up again or sort of how to follow up again. So
I love this.
yeah. Anyway, it's just that being scared. I'm still scared to like keep following up and just like.
I love it. Well, I'll say one thing, Eric, and then I'm going to hand to you. But the first one, Rebecca, I know you're saying you didn't want to ask if she'd watch the video, and I agree there. Don't. But what I would have asked is, tell me what was the best bit about the video. Okay, because if you ask, have you watched the video, whether they have or not, they'll either probably just like or say yeah, but that's it, kind of thing, even if they haven't. Whereas if you can kind of, if you have sent a video that is giving information, exactly what were you most excited about the video, whatever it might be, like what was the thing that really kind of, because then you're starting a conversation, you're asking a question, whereas just the love is, that could mean, yeah, I liked it, but it's not going anywhere. It's that, okay, she's got to react. There's a question kind of in there. Whatever, because you can kind of go back to that one then if you want. All right, Erika, you go.
Yeah, I'm going to turn my video just in case. I don't know, and I'm scared. So you can still hear me?
Can hear you, yep.
Okay, perfect. So I think, Rebecca, the initial, did you find out everything from her before you sent it? You did, yes? You got stuff from her?
I asked her a few questions and like what she's wanting to improve the health and what sort of sparked her interest in the detox. So I was getting to like learn a little bit about that. I mean, I probably could have asked more questions.
Yes. Okay, that's what
reflection.
That's what I would say. So remember in the last session, and if you haven't watched it, go back and watch session 2, because one of the things that I like is, I know it sounds terrible, ammunition, but I want to know what sparked it, but also what have you tried in the past? What worked? What didn't work? Why? Like I've just asked you guys the same question. Why? Because I want to know, are you doing something with this? Are you just consuming more content? Are you actually like, were you trying this stuff? What worked? What didn't work with the fan base formula? Because if I know why you want to do it, what have you tried in the past? What worked? What didn't? I've got your pain. I've got your whole story. I've got your excuses. I've got your BS. I've got everything. Now I'll go, cool. All right, perfect. Based off of what you said, I think the detox will be perfect for you because it's going to help you with the desired outcome you said above, and to make sure you don't do horrible thing you said as well. So I'm going to hit her with literally the words. It's like my head highlights everything she said, my brain will highlight desired outcome, and my brain highlights pain and problem from the past. And then I throw it back like a boomerang at her in the message. I throw it back to her. Like, it's going to help you. Silly, but I said it before with hair. Like when I was a hairdresser, tell me about your hair, Celine. Well, blah, blah, blah. Amazing. I'm not going to say, do you want a treatment? Celine will go, no, I don't want to spend an extra $30. Nobody wants to. Do you want to rebook in 6 weeks? No, no, thank you. But if I say, cool, Celine, so today I'm going to put a treatment in your hair. You know how you said you have dry ends and really oily roots? So this treatment's going to help you to moisturize your dry ends and make sure that it detoxes your scalp so you don't get oily. Cool? She'd be like, hell yeah, Erika, let's do that treatment. She's not going to ask me how much does it cost, because I literally prescribed based off her pain and her desire. That's all you guys need to do. If you don't ask enough, then you can't hit them with, all you're doing is, oh, you want the link? Here's the link. Did you watch the video? I don't even know. Is there a way to not do that? Or do we have to do link and video always, Celine? Does that always have to happen?
Oh, look, I mean, again, everybody's going to do it differently, and a lot of these programs are field driven as well.
Yeah.
But I love having the tools, but I think that one of the most important things that we're getting at here is we've got to make sure that we're not trying to make circumnavigate the relationship part of this. So the questions are the part that actually will help that person to know, like, and trust us. They've been following us or whatever, they've gotten curious. But for us to really trust that we know what we're doing here, that we actually have their best interests at hand, we can, social media, and I'm making a generalized statement here, but it can make us lazy. It can make us want to get from A to Z without going through B, C, D, E, F, G, okay? I think it's so important that we actually kind of go, okay, I want to know a little bit about you, Rebecca. I want to know, like what Erika said, I want to know the pain points. I want to know the reasons that you're there, because that's the thing that's going to bring you over the line. Because the reality is that, you know what? Yeah, it's not a $20 shake from Kohl's, okay? It's a program. They're not just buying a shake. They are buying you and all of the tools and equipment, all of the training, all of the wisdom, like Fee, who's a nutritionist, the trainers, everybody who puts all these programs together, they're buying all of that. If you can imagine all of that up there, and you know, the shakes or the capsules are just this little piece of the jigsaw. There was a great little, I actually said it to one of the girls the other day, it was a great graphic we used to have, and it was a jigsaw puzzle, and it actually had Juice Plus capsules, one piece of the jigsaw. And so when they're purchasing from us, they're not just getting pills to pop or a shake to take. They're actually getting a whole piece of it. But the only way that we're going to know that it's going to fill their pain and that we've got enough leverage, because that's what we need. Sales is all about leverage, sharing whatever it is you want to call it. But the reality is we're wanting to sell something to someone to help them to fill a problem. It's all about leverage. The only way we get that leverage is by asking enough questions. And you ask enough questions till you feel there's not another question to ask. And they're literally salivating because you've been so curious. I used to teach this in networking 101. If you went to a networking event, the person who won and who was remembered was the person who asked the most questions. And so when you get to that point, that then is when you literally will have them going, I need this. Oh my goodness. I don't care what the husband says or what anybody else says. I need this.
I'll make it happen.
Something out of the trolley so that this goes in. Sorry, I got a bit excited there.
I like it. I like it. And I don't know if you can see me, but it is, I'm just going to do this again. It is just to make it happen. Like, they will do anything. It's like, there's a quote that was like, you can either have excuses, right? Your excuses, or you can have your results. Like when the problem is big enough, people find a way. They will find a way to do it. And so if the problem isn't big enough for them, that we really need to extract a little bit more. So just out of curiosity, if you're listening and watching as Rebecca's beautifully sharing, who feels here that they haven't extracted enough questions, enough, you know, of their desired outcome, of their pain? Who's just like, oh, they want the link? Here's the link. I told you guys last session, I make people almost beg me for the link. Oh, I'm interested in the next level. I'm like, cool. Tell me, hold on a minute. I don't even know if it's good for you. Let me ask you a few questions to make sure you're a good fit. Wait, what? I'm auditioning them. Audition your clients. Maybe they're not a good fit. Maybe they're going to take you on a back and forth, and you're busy. All of you are busy talking to more people. You have a lot of stuff to do. You're here to impact. Audition your clients. Let me ask you a few questions to just make sure you'd be a good fit. I personally wouldn't send someone a video because I don't think people would go off platform, especially within socials, to watch it. But I would like to go, if you want more details, I can send you that, but I would like to explain the video to them. Like, we should know what's in that video that's important to the client. The client might not give a damn about the whole video. They might only care about 2 parts. You should know what that client will care about because you asked them enough questions, as Celine said.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're just recapping. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I think all of you on this call would know Kira Love. And, I remember even right back at the very beginning when Kira was starting, for her, this was before Zoom was a thing. Like, if somebody was wanting to buy something, she had them on Skype. She had them on Skype, or she had them on Zoom, asking them the questions to get them to the point where that's what it's, what it's all about. I'm in the entourage coaching session. Everything that we talk about with regards to sales, if it's no matter what it is, whether it's a small product or it's a big coaching program that they're selling, all of we're all coached to go, okay, you've got to ask so many questions that it just becomes a no-brainer for them to be able to do business with you. Or, like what Erika said, you're qualifying them. I want to remind you all, you are the prize. Because you don't come, like what I'd love to just kind of give you a little bit of a visual. You're each standing there in your space right now at the moment. You are not in business by yourself. You literally then have behind you that you are offering to someone. Honestly, you've got experts in so many different things. Just imagine, when I go into something, I imagine all my guardian angels behind me. Imagine you've got your Juice Plus angels behind you, because that's exactly what you have. You've got all of the resources, all of the tools, everything that you're bringing into the relationship. So you are the prize. You literally are. So that's why I want to really, really encourage you, as you're asking these questions and as you're getting curious, if that little thing in your stomach kind of comes up going, oh, maybe I shouldn't, or whatever like that, I want you to stop, take a breath, and remind yourself, you are the prize. When they get you and this product offering and program into their lives, you literally are not going to just impact them, but their whole family as well. So just keep reminding yourself that you are the prize that you're bringing to the table, rather than feeling that they're doing you a favor by placing an order with you. They're actually going to be incredible, and I don't say that lightly, guys, but they're going to be incredibly blessed when they get to bring you into their lives and you help them change, whether that's from the product side of things or whether it's from the business side of things. They're both intertwined. Both, you are going to make a difference in somebody's life.
Oh, that was so beautiful. I need to do the emojis for you. I love that. I'm
trying to figure out how to do the emojis other than in the chat.
Down next to chat is react.
Oh, there it is.
Everybody do it with me.
Looking at me all the time.
So you can do reactions, or you can
I'm going to do some hearts to myself. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can send with an effect, you guys. Look at us go. Look at all of us. We need the love. We need the love.
Oh, that's so funny.
Thank you so much, Celine. Thank you. You're so blessed, all of you, to have this woman and her passion and her care and her years of experience. Honestly, you're incredible, Celine.
Oh, thank you. Right back at you. Right. You
So-
get me fired up.
I know, I'm like, go girl, let's go. Thank you, Rebecca. Sorry, poor Rebecca was just sitting there like, what's happening?
Yeah, sorry, Rebecca. I hope that was helpful, dear.
It was,
yes,
thank
please.
you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, please let us know in the chat. Just, I love that. Like, you are the prize. You really, I'm gonna go to gallery so we can all see each other. You are the prize. You don't need to beg for any of this. You have so much behind you. You have so many behind you. You have literally like years upon years upon years of case studies, of examples, of people, of women next to you that it's working for. Remember that. And I think one of the biggest things, and if you want to copy this, it's at 1:33, ask more, audition, prescribe based on what they say. If you don't have the information, you don't have the power. Sorry.
Yeah.
You need the info. You need as much info as you can get. We're good at this, women. We love a chat. Tell me everything, Corinne. Like
back in the old days.
I know. Yes.
We used to carry back in the old days, all righty, peoples. Way back when, I would have with me my diary, my grid, And what we used to call was like, it's like the profile sheets that you have. It was a book. So every prospect, it was a prospect sheet. So it was a book with prospect sheet in there. And you literally, whether that was a prospect for your product or a prospect for your business, you literally wrote down everything. It had gaps for who is their partner? Do they have kids? Do they have pets? So it prompted you to ask those questions. If I were you guys, I would just do up a little page like that, even put it in your notes in your phone. And when you're having a conversation with somebody, did I ask them? Did I ask them all of the questions that I want to really get to know this person in front of me? That would be the thing that I would be doing. So that's what we used to have. And I'd be sitting in the car line and waiting for the kids to come out, and I'd be going through, okay, alrighty, who do I need to be following up with? I'd open up their page and I'd go. And it could even be just a simple one back going, the last time I spoke to you, Jimmy was sick. How's Jimmy going? Just wanted to check in. Do you know? Because you know enough about them to actually then be having these sewing back into them kind of thing. These conversations that you could kind of continue to build on. So, so important to know enough information to, like you say, Erika, really prescribe, and I love that word actually, you said it the last time too, and I actually really love it, prescribed based on their needs, not what you want to sell, but on their needs, and that is gold.
Yeah. And I think as we wrap up, hopefully you can see me still and hear me, but
Yeah, we can.
the last call had my personal framework for air quote selling in my feminine empowered way. Like, I teach my women in my high level program that framework that's in the last call. And you cannot go wrong if you do that. If you ask the right questions, if you get the information, and if you then prescribe based on what they said and invite them into the desired outcome, you're literally inviting them. And for some of us today, we learned that maybe it's too much. Maybe you're trying to give too much, sell too much, do too much. Cool. Let's get you to phase one. Let's get you one thing. Let's give you a little, let me get you to buy one treatment, and let's not rebook. But if you're happy with your hair, then you'll come the second time. Then I'm going to get you to rebook. By the third or fourth session, you got the blow dryer, you got the hair stuff, you got the brush. I've seen your kids, your husband's getting a haircut with me. I've got the whole family. But let's first try to win a little bit of trust with them. A little win that we could get. Exactly. Jump in too soon. So how could we do that? If you're struggling, that's the other way you could try it. Let's find a way instead of finding an excuse, is what I'm basically saying. Let's figure out how we can do it. Let's think outside the box. And I think that'd be such a good thing to touch on for our next session as well. So we're going to leave you with one thing. Drop into the chat. Please listen to the instructions. Specific action you're going to take. Specific, not feel more confident. Like, what is one thing that you're going to do? I'm going to do this after this call. This is the specific thing I'm going to do. By when and what? If you can do it in the chat before you leave, what is the specific thing?
Even you, Miss Corinne.
Yep. After today's call.
I'm watching you, girlfriend.
What and by when? Align my potential. Okay, so that's very general. Shauna, I love you. Align my potential with their needs. That's not, it's too zoomed out. How do I know I did that, right? How do I know I did that? So what's the one thing? For example, my name is Leanne, iPhone. I am going to go into my messages. I'm going to message Melissa, who's in my DMs, and asked me about the detox. I'm going to send her a message and get 4 questions, blah, 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 right now at 1:55 p.m., whatever, like specific. Follow up with 5 people tonight. Thank you, Leanne. Make up questions for my interviewing, auditioning.
Love that.
If you make up questions, and I would love to do that with you guys in the next one as well. If you make up questions, do you think these questions will be useful for your team or for those that you're going to bring on? Do you think if you're stuck with this, they're stuck with this? Who in the company is really good at these questions? Can we just copy and paste what they're doing? Yes. Who's in your upline that's kicking butt doing questions? Ask more questions to qualify customers with a yep. January detox. Yep. And who do you have? Map out her 8K plan. I love that, Corinne. I love that. I'm going to follow up 3 people right now. Yes, while my baby's still sleeping. Back to it. That's amazing.
Stolen moments, baby. Stolen moments.
I
That's
love
what
it.
it's all about.
No,
It's amazing what I get done on the telephone, on the bathroom, because we've got the kids, Karen and the kids are living with us at the moment.
Yeah, so you know this. Follow up potential customer specific cues. Cool. So Carolyn, can you even how many? Like I've got 3 that are really on the low hanging fruit. Yeah, I've got 2 that are really like more as specific as you can do it. Where tomorrow Celine could call you and say, "How do you know you did it?" Oh, I had 3 women and I messaged all 3. Michelle got 20. There's a list of 20, 19, 18, 17. Scratch, scratch, scratch. 20 done. Like we want to make it like a 7-year-old could pick up your action and do it because it's so specific and easy. That's what's going to get it happening. Map out the next 2 months. I love that. I'm excited. Someone else is going to map out those months as well to hit the 8K. Amazing. Okay. Thank you
Well
all
done.
so much.
Oh,
I
Erica,
know.
thank you so much, my friend. Thank you
Oh,
so
you
much.
guys, I'm addicted to you all. I love you all. I'm like, come on. I want to see you win. Sophie, you got this. All of you got this.
It's so awesome. So, so
Oh,
awesome. But
sweetheart.
a couple of things I really want to kind of really push home today is if we think about it, like right out early in the call, we had Bridget just sharing about where she was going. Every single one of you have got to go. Every single one of you go. Whatever your goal is, have you got it mapped out so that you are really clear? And Corinne's up for those calls. Okay, just book in with her at the office. Her and Dell will be working on any of those planning calls if you're not sure what it takes to get where you want to get. Okay, so if you've got that, that's the first one. And then secondly, again, be so specific around the actions that you are doing. Thinking, okay, well, I'm going to go live. Well, how many times are you going live? Are you going live every single day? How many reach outs are you actually doing? And I love what Erika said. When do you know that you actually have been success? What are the success markers? Yes, I did 3 calls. Yes, I did 3 reach outs, whatever it might be, and then getting curious. Like if we think about what were the key things out of here, getting curious and asking the questions, remembering you are the prize. Okay, really, truly. And channeling, yes, Erika, but also your inner Shiro, okay? Channel your inner Shiro when you're getting to show up for these. Okay, so our next call is in January. Now on Monday, the 19th of January, we're actually going to have, we're going to start the call a little bit earlier. We'll still have Erika coming on at 12:30. At 12, we're going to be starting the call because we're going to have it as a Kickstart 2026. We're going to be doing some recognition. We're going to be recognizing you guys. We're going to be releasing some new things that we're going to be doing as well. So make sure you've got that marked in your diary. There will be a flyer going out, but on Monday, the 19th of January at 12 noon New South Wales time, we will have Erika joining us to do our class. But before that as well, we are going to, we're going to have some fun. We're really going to kick 2026 where we rise together and make it an amazing, amazing year.
Yes.
Erika, thank you, darling.
Oh, thank
Happy
you.
Christmas to you and yours.
I've got a gift for you guys. So I've got a shift in 2026 because it has to rhyme. Massive workbook that's going to help you recap the year and plan out. So I'm going to send you guys the link as soon as it's ready. It's a free resource we send always every year. I'll get it to you, Celine. And
brilliant. I'll get it out. Yep.
You can make some time. I would highly recommend spend a day or 2 days with your team, with your partner, with whoever's in your upline to really map out what you learned from the year, what you took, and what you're going to build next year because it's such an amazing thing to do. Shift in 26. Yes. And DM me if you guys need help. Like, just send me a little message. Maybe one message. I'll help you one message. I say DM me and
one message each, yes.
But genuinely, I want to see you win. Okay, no, like we got to make it happen. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Have the best day. Bye.
God bless. Bye, everyone. Bye.